All right. Welcome to After the Flag. I'm Chris. If you don't know, that's Tanner. And man, we have a lot of people.
Well, there is. There's a lot of people. That's awesome. That's awesome. It was a long night, right? Long race, but got some people that want to talk about their races, I guess.
I mean, it was a little shorter than it needed to be. That totally my end, no doubt about it. But got it fixed up as quick as I could for you guys, and hopefully, hopefully it works out. And whoever's listening to the broadcast, if you could just turn that down, it's bleeding over. We've got a ton of people, including tonight's race winner. Hello, Mr. Ally.
Tanner.
We've got.
Yeah, let's go, Tanner. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey, he's not in his car this time.
I'm glad he put on a shirt too.
Well,
Had to put on a shirt. Good race, boys, and good win, Dylan.
Yeah, I had a little celebratory shot of Jägermeister after that one.
There you go.
You deserve it. Going back to back, Lucas Oil, now New Hampshire, two kind of weird tracks, honestly.
Yeah, it was a blast, dude. I had fun tonight.
Yeah, so let's get through this rear. We got right next to me, the driver of the number 51, Cody Heinzman. Next to him, tonight's winner, the 48 of Dylan Banks. Row number 2, it's going to be Tanner Barr, ex-driver of the number 4. How about the driver of the number 41, top 10 here tonight? It's going to be Dalton Kilroe. Dustin Ping with the 81, making his mark known here tonight, along with Sam Lawson in the 24. And who is this guy? It's Stats. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, driver of the number 10, MFRD. One of you is listening to the broadcast. I know that.
It's not me.
Not me. Yeah, it's
Not me.
Somebody's bleeding over. It's terrible.
All
All right.
I'd laugh if it's Tanner.
It's
I
Tanner.
don't hear it. I
don't either.
Anyway,
I'm not listening to the broadcast though.
hey, let's do this a little different. You guys up top, you already had your moment in the sun. Let's start off with Sam Lawson. Sammy.
Oh boy. Hit everything but the pace car tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I was going to go with that, but take me through it. What happened? What was going on? How did the car feel to you?
It's loose. Lap 2 of the race, I spun it, almost hit the inside wall, and then I was lucky enough a caution come out later on, so I wouldn't go a lap down. And then I felt good throughout the middle of the race, and then I guess strategies just put us up towards the top 3 for a little bit. And then I lit up the tires one time and it was just downhill from there.
That's all it really
after
took. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
just watching it, you could tell when somebody made their tires mad, because it was. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh no.
Did the tires ever actually come back after you ticked them off once?
I feel like it took like 15 laps.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. It just seemed like forever. Yeah,
That's what it looked like for real.
yeah.
then
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say sorry to Mark. Me and him was racing hard, and then I guess we met, but I went up more than he come down and ruined both of our races. So
You know,
Sorry,
there was
Mark.
this one time that Mark took me out of a race, and then I may have used a teammate, Corey, to take him out of a race. I mean, he's used to it. Don't worry about it. I guess it's racing. It happens. You don't get down on yourself. It is what it is. All right. And yeah, I actually used Corey to take Mark out of the race. Very
Dominoes.
much yeah. Anyway, we also have Stats. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, recent college graduate, having a hell of a run in that 10 car. Taylor, tell me you're there.
Ask the question. Okay. Well, I mean, I knew it was going to be hard to pass, and like Dylan was saying before we came on here, like clean air is so important. So it was really vital to just make any pass you could, and you had to drive hard to do it. And as hard as I was driving it in there sometimes, and I'm never used to this, and I don't know how it was for the rest of you guys, but all the tire percentages after every pit stop were about equal. Like I think left front was like always like one time it was like 93 on the left front and 94 on all the rest. I think that was after stage 2.
That's weird. That's
Right.
weird. This car's weird.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And then and a couple of times just being up on the outside on the restart. A couple of times I drove it in, and it's like a really weird little area in 1 and 2 where it just kind of goes. It's like a bump up there. I'm not sure what.
Yeah,
it
it's called the
threw me
corner.
Thank you, Dalton.
Yes, it is.
But up in like in the exit of 1 and 2, a couple of times I got sideways up there and almost threw it away altogether.
You and everybody else. I mean, that was like the theme all night. Was just
And then
2 and 4.
It was a matter of when, not if.
Right.
yes. Well, then I was coming back up through there, and I was battling Steven Johnson for a while. I mean, we were side by side for like 8 or 10 laps straight, and that allowed Carroll to catch us. And yeah, he and I got together pretty heavily going into turn 3, and set me back, and then I just lost it off of 4.
I had a great view of that, by the
Cody
way.
started laughing when you mentioned that. By the
Yeah,
way.
I had a front row seat. Carroll cleaned him out so bad. It was
Really?
it was pretty bad. I had a couple of things I recorded because I wanted to submit to Race Chatter. I put that in there for the heck of it, my view of it. But yeah, he cleaned him out.
I mean, I went back and looked at the replay, and I was just making sure. Like I thought I braked at the same point I had been the whole race, and I did. But I mean,
it was his breaking point was so much later than anyone else. Anytime he was around anyone else, it was so noticeable and so jarring, and I think that's what did it.
I mean, it looked like he was about really ready to just throw it in there. But despite all that, I still managed to P10, although I really I shouldn't have been, because the only reason I got 10th is because Rick Thompson had a drive-through for incidents, and then literally the last corner, Brian D, poor Brian, racing for a podium with Jamie, got loose and hit the wall. Still would have finished 5th had he not had too many incidents.
Oh, he didn't get the 5th place finish?
No,
he got a drive through.
12th place.
Wow.
Or half the field.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Didn't pay no
So that was
attention
my
to
night.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this out there one more time. If you guys have not heard, I had a huge issue with my computer during that third final stage.
I'm seeing it.
There was a time there was no sound. I ended up having to reboot my computer during the race, which it ticks me off. I try and be better than that. Some things are unavoidable. So if you go back and watch it, boom, there you are. That's what happened.
He was working to fix it.
Me and Corey was making vroom vroom noises in the chat for you.
I know. I actually did one too. It was pretty good. And oh shoot, TBB, Corey Sherman's actually saying you got 11th.
Oh, stats was wrong?
It said 10th on my end. I don't know what.
Put it in the historic board. Oh, I can't even talk. I'm just shutting up.
Is the results in Sim Racer Hub yet?
I'm still waiting on iRacing to allow me to do it.
Yeah,
I can't even get into iRacing no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess
Something happened with the server
weird.
because I can't even import the
trying to pull up
results
a
to get
record.
points.
so. I'm not the only one with the
booted me.
issue. Okay.
It booted me out of the session. So
But trust me, Corey, it gave me 10th at the line because of Dee's issue.
There you go.
Yeah, it gave me 7th.
All right, let's Tanner, move on. Next guy, you pick.
I want to talk to. I got to interview him, so we'll talk to Dustin Ping instead. Cause I interviewed the other guy. Dustin, talk to us about your night. I know you were really a staple inside the top 5 for the longest portion of tonight's race. I wish I could see where you finished at, but iRacing sucks.
7th.
Okay, I knew you. I thought you were top 10. So
You got
7th
6th,
place.
Dustin.
No, I didn't.
I got 7th.
Because of Brian.
Because of
Oh,
Brian's
okay.
drive-through, you got moved up.
Dude,
Okay,
honestly,
then I got 6, so I'll take it.
recovering to 6, I watched you at one point when you just overcorrected straight head first into the outside wall, full speed. So coming back to 6, that's crazy because I thought you were done at that point.
Yeah,
too.
I
I
don't know
thought
how.
Cody was done.
Me
I
too.
don't know how
So,
I did it, but it only
all
gave me 38 seconds of damage.
You lucky.
I
Well,
don't. Yeah, I
I
hit
had 4.5
like-
minutes when it happened to me.
I hit dead on straight into the wall at like 90 miles an hour, and I don't know how. It gave me like 39.6 seconds of damage. So
and Dalton and I both had meatballs and still finished top 10.
so
I don't know
I'll
about
take
anybody else.
I'll take a 6 because I was slow as balls. So
you were inside top 5 for most of the night.
no, I was not. I was like top 12, maybe all race.
Well,
I was awful.
and what
Dude.
about you, Ketchup, man? You, Dylan, and Carol could not get away from each other. Even when y'all picked, Carol was off sequence from y'all, and y'all still found a way to be around each other all night long.
Yeah, the idea with the pits was, and I'm sure Dylan probably thought the same thing. I knew coming into the race I had caught up to the playoff group, so the stage
Right.
points weren't as important as they have been up to this point. So I was like, okay, in the first, at the end of the first stage, we're gonna have like a 2-3 lap shootout. I was like, I'll just pit now, jump everyone who gets stage points. Same thing happened in stage 2, so I just went for it there to try and get the track position. The second time around, I got by Dylan on that 2-lap shootout, like when we were in the pack, and I thought that was my chance. I didn't restart in the lead because Dalton stayed out, and I couldn't do restarts. And so I think maybe if I was the lead car and I could get that jump, I maybe could have tried to defend a little bit, but not being the lead car, restarts were just a big weakness for me all night.
Mhm.
It looked like whoever was on the outside lane front row is a weakness for basically anybody who was out there.
Yeah,
Only on the restarts, though.
felt like that.
Yep, only on the restarts. You had to survive at that. Basically, that first one, turn 1 and 2. You survived that, you were good.
Yep. I had I don't know if you guys saw, I had a real fun trip at one point. It was when Dalton unfortunately got that meatball, and I went to
Sorry.
avoid him, and I took the road course on the back stretch because of it, and then kind of coming out of that chicane or whatever it is, I hit this huge bump, car went airborne, I got into the grass a little bit. I kept it straight, I lost a bunch of spots, but that's another thing I went back to record because it was crazy looking.
So I think that was during the time that something was going on with the sound. But I heard what Dalton said over iRacing comms at that point. It was a 4-letter word. Well, no, not 4. I guess it was 7. It was a 7-letter word with
Wow.
I got a meatball. So I did hear that, but I unfortunately did not get
That
to
was the
see
only
it.
thing you heard?
That was all I heard in that moment was I got a meatball.
Well, lucky you.
And that word was very
Brian.
loud.
I know
too.
Brian and Taylor were hearing a lot more.
Yeah, the 7-letter word that you said, it was definitely a few octaves louder than, or decibels, whatever you want to call it, a few louder than the rest
It
of
was
the
up there.
Yeah.
But the 41, I mean, honest to God, you are improving in this car. And, you can
Well,
laugh
lucky
about
ain't.
Well, yeah, you are. Because you're running up front more.
You are. Absolutely.
It's starting to turn
Maybe
around for you.
skill wise I'm improving, but luck wise,
Well,
Let me ask you, Dalton. I'm
two
gonna put you
different
right
things.
I'm gonna put you on the spot because I've highlighted in the power rankings type ups, and I mentioned on broadcast. We are what I think tonight was race 15.
Yeah.
Winless. How you feel about it? Like what's happening in the mind of 41? Winless over halfway through the season now. Or getting close
I
to it.
mean, I'm not too worried about the fact that I haven't won yet.
Okay.
I mean, we're getting to a stretch of tracks that I'm gonna love, like Indy.
Indy,
I
I know Indy's gonna be
love
strong.
Indy.
Indy's gonna be strong.
It's gonna be a good one.
Any of the mile and a halfs, I'm decent at. We still got what we got. We still got Pocono, Darlington, Old Atlanta coming up in the
Chicagoland.
playoffs. Chicagoland. I
August
ain't
11th.
worried. I've got chances.
Okay, so the confidence. Okay, I like that. I like
The
to hear
confidence
that.
is still there. It's just something different keeps
The
happening.
luck ain't there.
Exactly.
You just hadn't been able to put it all together yet.
Yeah.
Basically, if you get good luck, and I got you. I got you. That's just something I've noticed looking back at the past few seasons.
Is what it is. I'll get there.
Dylan Banks, 2 race wins and how many races now? 3, 4.
I think 4.
So you're batting 50% right now.
Not bad. Not too shabby.
You're still ugly. A good win.
Hey,
Wow.
Good
that's
win.
facts. That's facts.
Good. That was a good win. I don't know. I can't see how many laps you led or anything, but I know you had to get the most laps led, probably more than likely. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
what'd you
it's either
figure
me or
out?
Carol, I think.
What'd you figure out at the end of that race? You just had a different gear.
PG, Mark.
Clean-
PG.
Clean air.
What'd he say? Let's see.
Oh,
Oh,
Mark
I-
hates his car, bro. It's so
I thought
hilarious.
I thought we was allowed to say that stuff on here on this one.
this ain't race chatter.
Like I said, you know, if one slips, it slips. It is what it is. We're all adults, and it is what it is.
But it's a $50 fine, $25 to Chris, $25 for me. But
That's
If
correct.
it does slip, just let it slip a few times so
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
get paid.
Let's
I'm
make
just
it a
playing.
payday.
Make
All
sure
right?
it's at too.
No, but Dylan, New Hampshire, is it a track that like you saw? You're like, okay, I'm confident here, or not?
For sure. Flat tracks are my best.
Yeah, we've
Phoenix,
noticed.
Phoenix is my best track for sure.
We
And
can't-
it's
we-
not
we-
even
we
close.
know.
I'm good on the 1.5 miles and the short tracks and all too. I love Bristol, love Martinsville. I'm really good at both of them places. I think what I need to get better at is road course racing and a little bit better on 1.5 miles. I could, as I was saying in the interviews, I mean, I'm not perfect and I'll never be perfect, but I'm always trying to learn as much as I can and learn something new every day. Especially being on the sim for 7-8 months now, still trying to figure out things, figure out new things on how to drive, how people's driving styles, saving tire, saving fuel. It's always something to learn, but there at the end, it was honestly, I think it was all about clean air. Being that clean air just, and I knew it all along. I honestly was thinking about going for stage points like Cody was saying, but I was going for the win. I didn't really care about stage points. I think it's better to have a win under my belt than to win stage 1 and stage 2. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you don't win the race. So, yeah, I think the clean air was just the biggest thing for me tonight, and I can actually, I'll never be able to say what freaking track isn't Cody good at. I mean, the guy runs in freaking second or third place every damn race. Sorry, every
That's
freaking
50.
race.
That's 50.
50.
Hey, we're up to $100 right there.
Dude went on
Someone's
the
making some money.
dude went to IRP last week. He was like, "This is my first time running this track. I just bought the track, and dude run up at the front."
So
I don't get it.
I know Kilrow and Cody. They both like the kind of quirky tracks, and what I mean by that, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Darlingtons,
Oh, I love
Darlington,
Darlington.
the New Hampshires, right? We're going to Indy next week. That is quirky as it gets.
Oh, I
Yes.
love Indy.
It reminds me of
I just-
Pocono.
I despise Indy and I hate Pocono.
I despise
Indy,
Pocono.
my top 3 tracks in no particular order are probably like Darlington, Indy, and maybe Pocono.
I don't know why I even like you as a person. Like we could not be polar opposites. I
Alright.
hate those
You
three
guys have
tracks.
screws loose. You guys have a screw loose.
Man.
Nashville's the best track there is. So
Yeah, the
you know what?
fairgrounds. I
Nashville
agree.
Super
I love the
Speedway,
fairgrounds.
I might like
Who
that.
the hell
Super
said
Speedway.
Nashville?
The
Phoenix
Super Speedway. That's
I love the Super Speedway.
it's the best track in Tennessee.
Phoenix is the best
oh my
track.
God. It may be the
Alright.
best track in its city.
Okay. No.
So
I like Phoenix. I love Phoenix.
Let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up. I'm going to give you guys, let's keep it short. Thinking about next week's race that I'm not going to be at because I'm going to be crew chiefing for the real car. Let's keep it like 15 words or less. Thinking about next week. What are your chances? What are you feeling?
And we're bracket racing next week.
And your bracket racing. Cody, you up.
Love
It's
it.
a teammate,
Probably my best big track out of all the big tracks.
And you're going up against Shermanator, your teammate, in the bracket, if I recall. Dylan,
Yep.
fire ahead. You're not in the bracket, but you're going
Yes.
for back-to-back to back.
That's the plan. I'm gonna try to make it back to back to back. Feel confident, feel really good. Excited for Indy. It's not one of my favorite tracks, but we'll see. Anything can happen, and I'm just trying to make you proud, Tanner.
My son. That's my son right there. I don't know. I think it's me next. I'm not driving, but I'm scared to death. 'Cause I'm going to be solo in the broadcast booth. So, Chris, good luck next week at the real track.
Thank you, bud.
But
Hey,
please,
so
be
far
praying
so
for
good.
me.
We're running 5th in points right now.
Hey.
Big comeback after the start of the season. Dalton Kilrow, how about you?
That's what's up, buddy.
He's
That is
muted.
what's
He's
up,
gone.
Dalton. He kept it really short and sweet.
Yeah, he did. DP, Dustin Ping, how about you?
Oh,
For Indy? Oh God, we'll see.
I should probably
I-
not say DP now that I think about that. Thanks, Tanner.
Yeah.
I did have the thought. Yeah.
oh God. I was wondering if I was the only perv in here that caught that. I guess not. I guess
No.
we're all.
That's a
Yeah.
$50
My other
fine.
gutters.
That might be 100. Just got to skip the 50. But Dustin.
It's a hometown track. I hate it, though. But
Funny.
we'll see.
That's not a statement you hear all the time. Yeah, it's a hometown track.
It is, but
despise it.
I despise the place. I hate the place. I can't
That's
go
awesome.
around. I'm so slow around there. So
Governor.
Probably 14th.
Okay. you said
Call
14.
the number.
That's just
Wow.
accurate.
I mean, I've heard of calling your shot and saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna win it," but I've never heard. Yeah, I'm gonna run probably mid pack. 14.
That was great. I love
Yeah.
that.
I'm
Headset die.
mid-packing
What we
that
doing?
whole thing. Very short. Thinking about next week. What are your thoughts?
And
Very
bracket
short.
racing.
We're at Indy, right?
Who you racing in the bracket? Do you know?
In the bracket, and I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'll go tell you right now. But Andy, I know you love Andy. You are racing Mike Massengill.
I say I move on in the bracket, and I win it.
Wow.
You win.
You
Oh,
said
wow.
you win it tonight too, but
You're winning.
No. I did not say I was going to win, Taylor. I
you
said
said
I
you were gonna
felt good
spank
about
the
it.
field.
No, I did not say I was going to spank the field. I said I spanked the field when we were here in the Thursday league, where it was a little bit less competitive.
Well, it sounded like you were
I
saying
believe
you were going to
that.
repeat. So
Yeah, I believe you stats.
I will say I did talk to Don. He did say he felt good about tonight. He didn't tell me he's gonna win, but
Liar.
I just remember the word spank being used. So
Spank.
And y'all have no faith in me.
he probably was talking about
Which
something.
I mean, fair enough. After the season I've had, I don't blame you.
All right, TBB, Indy next week. Let me get your matchup and your thoughts going into Indy.
my matchup, Cody Heinzman knocked me out. So actually, I knocked myself out because of self-crashing last week.
LOL.
Lucas
I
Bell.
promise you, I didn't know that. I wasn't trying to like pour salt in the wound or anything. I truly
No,
didn't know.
that's
Way to go,
all right. I
catcher,
mean,
man.
but anyway,
Party
my take on next week. I mean, I've had a lot of mixed results there, but last time I drove Indy was the Majors Indy 500, and I won it somehow. So
All that.
I guess there's some momentum there. But I did test did a little AI running here with the next gen car, and I felt like it's driving pretty good. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you won the Majors Indy 500.
Or the official.
Oh, I was gonna say I
Yeah.
was in the Majors Indy 500.
I was like 7 split, but I didn't matter.
It
I
can't
saw-
be any worse than what we drove tonight. So
I somehow made it in top split for that thing, and everybody had like 9,000 I rating. It was just downhill.
Jeez.
The
I ran the
governor,
fix too. I
isn't,
didn't run the open, so
isn't your life downhill, Sam?
Dude, it's been downhill since I was born, man. How you know how
Come
Sketch
on.
says since birth? Yeah, it's been downhill since birth.
Hey, he won the race to start his life, and it's just kind of going downhill from there.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, I know it's been a long one for a lot of people. Thank you all for jumping in. TBB, I don't know, was you here last week, Taylor?
I was not. I was probably
Yeah.
too aggravated to do it
Well-
out there last week. But
You've had a good season for the race you've been here. You've had 3 bad races, and 2 of them races you wasn't here. So you've had a great season. Chris, I've had fun. I'm nervous about being solo dolo next week. Not
You
a
got
fan
this.
of that.
You got
And
this.
Ketchup Man. So you got the blue hair as a Smurf, right? We talked about that on Race Chatter. What's it going to cost to get a little bit of red sprinkled in there for the Ketchup Man?
Oh boy, and we'll have to talk about that off camera.
All right. Well, I'm done here, Chris. I'm good when you're good, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up with 2 things. First of all, our post time is 4:00 next week, so there is a chance that I will be here definitely for this segment. Part of the race, maybe. So make sure that you have yourself in TeamSpeak, just in case I can get home in time. I'm completely off this week. But that being said, I go for real in real life Thursday, Sunday, next, and the following Thursday. So we've got 3 races in 7 days. My butt's gonna be tired, boys. We're shooting for the gold this year.
Is it going to be on flow?
Yes, it's always on flow.
Raise hell and praise Dale.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
All right, guys. Hey, have yourselves a great night. Thank you all for tuning in to True Sim Productions. This has been Chris and Tanner and the rest of the guys out there, including
The catch-up, man.
hold on,
Dylan Banks.
DP Ping, DP filling the gap into 1.
DP is filling the gap into 1.
Oh,
Guys,
that's
have
gonna
yourselves
stick.
have yourselves a great night. I don't know what else to do there. Y'all take care, and we'll
That's
see
when you just pull that out of the joke.
You'll
Okay.
see-
Get him out of here.
Oh,
That's enough.
That's
Yeah.
a $200 fine.
Yeah, dog, you're
You guys are
definitely
gross.
fine.
This is a $1,000 stream right here.
we're out, guys. Have yourselves a great night.